So when you get your labels in your envelope, you will get sheets like this. You will need to cut out your label, so you get individual labels like this. When you're attaching your labels, make sure you attach the top only, not the bottom. And when you are pricing up your items, you need to do them in denominations of 50p. So 50p, a pound, £1.50, £2. We don't accept anything like £1.35. It's got to be in 50p denominations like this. So this one, £2.50 we would accept. This one, £2.75 we wouldn't accept. All clothing that you can put on hangers, we recommend that you do. We find that things tend to sell better when they are on hangers and hung up on rails. So make sure your hanger is in and it's facing this way. With your label, make sure it's got a good description on, the size of the product or age of the product, and the amount that you're wanting for it. When you fasten it to an item, you can either use safety pins or sellotape. If you're fastening it to clothing, I suggest you'd use safety pins, just because if you use sellotape it can fall off more easier. If you are using sellotape, just make sure you sellotape the top. Do not sellotape this bit of the bottom, because when it comes to tills they need to cut through that line here so that they can make sure that the seller is getting the right amount. So again, it's on a hanger. You can see it, buyers can see it more easily, so it's more likely to sell than if it's stuffed up in a bag. Again, I've got the description, the size of the clothing and the price, and it's fastened with a safety pin, and it's got the hanger facing the right way. If you have got any clothing that you're wanting to pop in bags rather than on hangers, then make sure your bag is see-through so that we can still see the item that's in there. And again, make sure that it's labelled correctly with the price and with the age that you're after and the good description. This one is fastened by sellotape, but it's only fastened at the top, not at the bottom, because again, we need to get to this line to cut it off when we get to the tills. When it comes to shoes, I label mine like this. So I put an elastic band around the shoe to make sure that it stays together. I then put my label on. You can see there's a description, the size of the shoe and the price, and I've fastened it with a safety pin so that it's through the elastic band rather than the actual shoe. So then I know that they're going to stay together and it's not going to come apart. Again, we need to be able to cut that line at the tills, so make sure you don't fasten it down with anything. So when it comes to labelling books, you can just stick some sellotape on and label it with sellotape. However, sometimes they damage the book, so an idea that I have is I put elastic bands round, make a cross with them, and again just attach the safety pin to the elastic band, and then it's not going to damage your book in any way. Again, it's got a description and a price, and that bit's left clear so that we can cut it at the tills. You can also use it for single books and multiple books if you want to do books in packs. Again, it can be used the same for DVDs, videos, or anything like that as well. Example of toys that have got loose parts. So these bits come off. So what I've done is I have sellotaped them around here, and then also popped elastic bands around them as well, so that none of these bits are going to fall off or we're going to lose them. Make sure with your toys as well, you check batteries and make sure they're working. And I have attached them again with a description and a price, attached them with sellotape and left that so that that is easy to cut off at tills.